There are always some items that are special only to their owner. They are often mementos of people, places, or special times. Nearly always, they provide a sense of contentment. One thing is for sure, they are protected and treasured. They are reminders to the connections we have to the past and those who have influenced us. I have a very special connection that holds a place in my heart, offering me that comfort and that ongoing connection. We all experience hardship in life. It's what makes us stronger. The hardest time to say goodbye is when you have to, but don't want to. You see, I lost my grandma in 2017. She was one of the most influential women in my life. I was 11 when she passed, and at that age, I couldn't get my head around the fact that I would never see her again. In August 2021, there I was again, saying goodbye to someone I loved. I sat by his bedside, holding his numb hand, as the tears rolled down my face. I was losing one of the most powerful inspirations in my life, and there was nothing I could do about it. All I could do was sit there, pretend I was okay, but in reality, I was completely broken inside. The belief that my grandparents were always going to be there shattered. I sat at the hospital for hours in my sweaty soccer clothing, trying to say goodbye to my pop. But how do you say goodbye to someone that you thought would always be in your life? Saying goodbye for the last time and looking into his eyes through the tears as I watched a tear roll down his face, squeezing my hand, will forever be the most heartbreaking moment of my life. As children, we grow up believing that our family member's always going to be there. I know this because I did, until that sad reality hit me. While growing up, I always thought that Grandma was always going to be there if I wanted to build a puzzle, and Pop would always be the one that if I wanted to do something with woodwork. Never did I think that one day I wouldn't have them to do puzzles or woodwork with me. When you lose someone you love, you hold the memories close to your heart. But these memories are precious. But they are not the same as seeing them, hearing their voice, or even the comforting feeling of their hug. Over the past year, I've come to the realization that both my pop and grandma won't get to see me in my debutante ball or formal dresses. They won't be at my wedding or even hold my children, their great-grandchildren. And that is heartbreaking. The little girl's dreams of having her grandparents at all those important life moments, crushed. When my brother picked me up from school that day and told me that Pop was not in a good way and it was highly likely that he was going to pass, I felt that I hadn't spent the time with my Pop that I needed to. If only I went and saw him that one more time. If only I hugged him tighter that last time I saw him. I felt that I hadn't used the time with him to the fullest. Now, I would do anything for an extra 5 more minutes. The time flies, and before you know it, they are gone. It is hard to believe that one day you might have to live without them, that they aren't going to be there to help you or comfort you. Not being able to talk to them is like being trapped in a bottle with no way out. When I walked back into Ma and Pop's house for the first time after Pop passed, it was surreal. I'd walked up those stairs so many times and would see him sitting in the computer chair. Now, that chair is empty. Even now, over a year since he has passed, it feels as though he's just gone on a holiday. But with the sad part is, he's not there. When my grandparents passed, it felt like I'd lost my best friends. Ones I didn't even know I had. They were the people that I could talk to and know that I would never be judged or criticised. Sometimes the person you want to hug most is in heaven, and it is heartbreaking that you can't. But I do have my precious memories, my memento, my connection to the past, my bear. This bear is made out of Pop's clothes, the ones that I remember him wearing, the ones holding all the memories. What we must come to understand is that loved ones can pass away at any time, for any number of reasons, not just old age. You need to tell people you love them and hug them while you can. Coming to the terms with the realisation that my grandparents or parents won't always be with me to guide me is still difficult, but that's reality. We have to learn to continue to live even with this ache in our hearts. Please, I implore you, hug them. Tell them you love them. Get off your phone when you're with them and spend time with them while you can. Because before you know it, you might be the one sitting at their bedside crying, saying a goodbye you never wanted to say. Thank you.